Ever wondered what Amish children's daily responsibilities actually look like? Modern kids might make beds and clear dishes. Amish children manage livestock, cook full meals, and work adult hours from age 8. This isn't helping, it's genuine productive labor starting at age 5. This is childhood that resembles adulthood. Wake at dawn. The first expectation shaping every Amish child's day is rising at dawn, typically between 5 and 5:30 a.m., regardless of season, weather, or how tired they feel. There are no snooze buttons, no sleeping in on weekends, and no exceptions for staying up late the night before. Children as young as 5 or 6 wake when parents wake, immediately leaving bed and beginning their morning responsibilities without the gradual wake-up period modern children often enjoy. The expectation is complete readiness to work within minutes of waking, no lounging, no complaining about being tired, no requests for just 5 more minutes. This early rising continues year-round. Winter mornings, when it's still dark and cold outside, require the same 5 a.m. wake time as pleasant summer mornings. The consistency builds habits that last lifetimes. Most Amish adults naturally wake arousing automatic. The children help with breakfast preparation before eating. Girls might set the table or help their mother with cooking, while boys often complete animal care chores before the family gathers for the morning meal. The expectation is that breakfast happens because everyone contributed to making it happen, not because one parent prepared everything while children slept. Modern children who wake at 7 or 8 a.m. for school that starts at 8:30 or 9 a.m. cannot comprehend this schedule. Amish children have completed 2 to 3 hours of work before their English neighbors even wake up. Morning animal care. Animal care represents one of the most non-negotiable expectations for Amish children. Animals must be fed, watered, and checked every single morning, regardless of weather, holidays, illness, or any other circumstance that might excuse a child from other responsibilities. Boys as young as 6 or 7 assume primary responsibility for chickens scattering feed, ensuring water containers are filled, collecting eggs, and checking for any sick or injured birds. The work happens before breakfast in all weather conditions. Rain, snow, freezing temperatures, or summer heat don't create exemptions. The animals depend completely on their caregivers, teaching children that some responsibilities cannot be postponed or delegated. Older boys progress to larger animal care, feeding and watering cows, horses, pigs, and other livestock, mucking out stalls and pens, and by age 10 or 12, learning to milk cows twice daily. The physical labor is substantial, requiring strength that many modern children don't develop because they don't regularly perform heavy manual work. The 7-day-per-week consistency teaches reliability in ways that modern children's sporadic chores cannot. There are no weekends off from animal care, no vacation breaks, and no "I don't feel like it" days. The responsibility is absolute and teaches that living things depend on consistent care that cannot be conditional on human convenience or mood. Children learn quickly that neglecting animals creates immediate visible consequences: hungry chickens, thirsty livestock, dirty pens, reduced egg production. The feedback is direct and teaches accountability far more effectively than abstract rules or consequences delayed hours or days. Contribute to every meal. Meal participation is expected from all children old enough to walk and follow instructions, not single meals preparation, service, and cleanup. In families eating 3 sit-down meals daily, this means children participate in meal work 9 times each day. The youngest children start with simple folding napkins, placing silverware at each seat. By age 6 or 7, children set complete tables for 8 to 10 people, and utensils belong, and how many place settings the family needs. Cooking assistance becomes stir ingredients under supervision and observe meal preparation techniques. By age 8 or 9, children cook simple dishes, independently scrambling eggs, making sandwiches, preparing basic vegetables. By 11 or 12, girls and some boys in families emphasizing cooking for all children prepare complete meals, including main dishes, sides, and desserts, without parental supervision. Children working in assembly line fashion: one washing, one rinsing, one drying, one putting away. The kitchen must be completely cleaned before anyone leaves for other activities. And they learn that completing work before enjoying leisure is non-negotiable. The contrast with modern families where children might occasionally set the table or load a dishwasher is stark. Amish children spend 2 to 3 hours daily on meal-related work time. Modern children typically spend on homework, activities, or entertainment. Maintain complete cleanliness. Cleanliness expectations for Amish children far exceed what most modern parents require. Not child-level tidiness, but adult standards of order and cleanliness that children must maintain in their personal spaces and help maintain. Throughout the home, bed making happens immediately upon rising, with no exceptions. Beds are made properly with smooth covers and tucked corners, not simply pulling blankets up over rumpled sheets. The standard is bed made for inspection, not bed made well enough that parents won't complain. Bedrooms must remain orderly at all times, not just during weekly cleaning sessions. Clothing is hung or folded and put away immediately. Toys and books return to designated storage after use. Floors stay clear of clutter. Surfaces remain dust-free. Shared bedrooms mean multiple children maintaining the same space to identical standards, requiring cooperation and shared responsibility. Daily cleaning assignments begin young and increase with age. 6-year-olds sweep floors. 8-year-olds dust furniture and wash windows. 10-year-olds scrub bathrooms and mop floors. By early teens, children perform the same cleaning tasks as adults, working to the same quality standards without the reduced expectations that might apply to younger children's efforts. Saturday deep cleaning involves the entire family working for hours, making the home spotless before Sunday. Every room is thoroughly cleaned, every surface scrubbed, every corner addressed. Children work alongside parents until the job is completely finished, learning that cleanliness requires consistent effort and that maintaining order is everyone's ongoing responsibility. Room inspections and corrections teach that sloppy work is unacceptable. If a job isn't done properly, the child redoes it until it meets standards. This isn't punishment, but training, learning that work worth doing is worth doing well, and that shortcuts create problems requiring more work later. The underlying theology reinforces these practices. Cleanliness is godliness, and maintaining orderly homes demonstrates respect for God's blessings and proper stewardship of resources. Allowing homes to fall into disorder or uncleanliness suggests spiritual as well as practical failure. Modern children whose messy rooms are tolerated or who face minimal consequences for leaving belongings scattered throughout houses cannot comprehend the constant vigilance and effort. Amish children invest in maintaining cleanliness. Standards. Care for younger siblings. Perhaps no expectation places greater responsibility on Amish children than caring for younger siblings, a duty that transforms older children, particularly girls, into secondary parents responsible for younger children's safety, entertainment, teaching, and basic care. The responsibility begins while mothers manage other tasks. By 10 or 11, children change diapers, prepare bottles, and feed babies without parental supervision. 12-year-olds manage multiple young children for hours, handling all care needs independently. This isn't occasional babysitting for payment, it's daily unpaid duty that occupies significant portions of older children's time. The oldest daughter particularly assumes near maternal responsibility, caring for younger siblings while mother works or during mother's pregnancies and postpartum recoveries. Some oldest daughters essentially raise their younger siblings, providing more daily care than busy mothers managing house. Older children teach younger siblings to tie shoes, button clothing, use the bathroom, and perform age-appropriate chores. The knowledge transmission happens child to child. Gets hurt while under an older child's supervision. The older child faces consequences for failing to protect them adequately. This creates vigilance and constant awareness. Older children cannot ignore or neglect younger siblings, even briefly, because they bear responsibility for their welfare. The preparation for future parenthood is obvious and intentional. By the time Amish young women marry and have children, they've already spent years caring for infants and toddlers. They enter motherhood with practical experience modern women often lack. But the cost to older children is real. They lose chunks of childhood to premature adult responsibility, have less time for play or personal interests, and sometimes develop resentment about burdens placed on them too young. Work in family business, farm. Beyond household chores and sibling care, Amish children contribute substantial labor to family economic operations, farms, shops, or businesses that depend partly on unpaid family labor to remain profitable and competitive. The work begins after school and during summers. 8-year-olds might work 2 to 3 hours after school in family shops or on farms. By 12 or 13, children work 4 to 6 hours after school and 8 to 10 hours daily during summer. By 16, they work essentially full adult schedules when not in school, contributing labor value equivalent to hired employees. The work isn't make work designed to teach responsibility, it's genuinely productive labor that creates economic value. Children in furniture shops help with sanding, staining, and assembly. Children on farms operate equipment, manage, harvest, and perform the countless tasks required for agricultural operations. Children in construction businesses carry materials, assist tradesmen, and learn skills through hands-on participation. The lack of payment is deliberate. Children work because they're family members, not because they're employees. The family business or farm supports the entire family, and everyone contributes to that support without individual compensation. Some families provide small allowances, but most operate on the principle that family members work for collective benefit rather than individual gain. Weekend work is included. Saturday often brings full workdays on farms or in businesses, with only Sunday providing rest. Vacation doesn't exist in the modern sense. Summers are intensive work periods rather than breaks. The apprenticeship value is substantial. Children learn trades deeply through thousands of hours of hands-on practice, developing expertise that will support their future families. But the cost is lost: childhood leisure, playtime, and the freedom to simply be young. Master domestic trade skills. Skill mastery represents another non-negotiable expectation. Children must develop expert-level competence in gender-appropriate domestic or trade skills that will define their adult roles and determine their marriage, prospects, and economic viability. Girls focus on domestic skills, sewing, quilting, canning, food preservation, cooking, and household management. The expectation isn't basic competence, but mastery. By 15 or 16, girls produce exhibition-quality quilts with tiny, even stitches that demonstrate patience and skill. They sew complete wardrobes for themselves and younger siblings. They can hundreds of jars during harvest seasons, they cook for large groups efficiently, and manage complex household operations independently. Boys develop trade skills, carpentry, equipment operation, repair work, blacksmithing, or whatever specialty their father practices. By mid-teens, boys operate complex equipment safely, perform advanced carpentry including joinery and finish work, and handle repair tasks requiring mechanical understanding and problem-solving ability. The practice is daily and ongoing. Girls sew for hours after completing other work. Boys spend evenings in workshops, practicing techniques under father's supervision. The commitment is substantial. Developing genuine expertise requires thousands of hours of deliberate practice that cuts deeply into time modern children might spend on homework, activities, or entertainment. Quality standards are rigorous. Sloppy work is rejected and redone. Skills are evaluated not just by parents, but by community members who will judge the young person